Okay, so picking up from our example, going through, there's one value that I didn't see on your picture. This value should be a 16, so add that if you don't see that on your printout. But basically what I've done is I've gone through and I've broken up each of these regions into rectangles, triangles, and so on. And I just used, appropriate formulas. This one here, the length times the width would just be simply 15 times 2, and that's where I got my 30. When I had a triangle, I did 1/2 the base times the height. So this would be 1/2. The base was 4 blocks large, and the height was 15. So here's my work, and here's my final answer. So basically, I have decided that teaching without a class is the most boring thing in the world because I have no interaction, and I'm sure you're feeling the same way. So I think that this is probably best for me to fill this in and let you work on your own and talk to each other, talk to Miss Craig, and make sure that you understand where each of my values came. So I have 30 and 30 down here. Since these are below the x-axis, I have my negative 30, my negative 60, and negative 15. Over here I have my positive 15, and then when I added all that together, going from the integral from 0 to 18, I ended up getting negative 30. So hopefully you got that too. I want to point out that this answer is actually a velocity, because if you remember back, and this is for the person who really wants to get this stuff, remember we talked about our little mnemonic device, which was students value A's, so position, velocity, acceleration. Well, we learned that if you take the derivative, that gets you from one to the next. So first derivative, second derivative. Well, integration is the inverse. So if I start you with A and you take the integral, doesn't that bring you to velocity? So that answer you just found is actually an accumulated velocity, which I think is kind of cool to point out. Okay? All right, let's go to the next example. Again, it's going to be a similar situation here where I want to have you go through, break up the figure into different portions that you can find areas to, and then we will check back to see if we agree with our answer. Okay, so hang in there. We are almost finished this lesson. With the picture you're about to work with, it's important that you know that the given, that top point, that's 1, 4. So the ordered pair 1, 4. Other than that, the other ordered pair is 2, 1 that you're missing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, give me a second and I'll draw it up there and show you.